Hey friends, welcome back to College Sports Corner. I'm Barry. Man, I hope y'all are having a great week. For those of you that are off work, I'm jealous. I wish I was off work this week. Hope you're enjoying the basketball, football, visiting with your family, whatever you're doing during these holidays. Hope you're enjoying this week off of work. Been kind of a crazy week. A lot of bowl games, a lot of good bowl games, a lot of so-so bowl games. A lot of college basketball games have been canceled because of this COVID crap, unfortunately. It is what it is, but anyway. All right, so today we are going to review Sunday, Monday, Tuesday games, and then on Sunday we'll review Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday games like we usually do. Although probably not going to be as many as usual because, like I said, a lot of games are being canceled. Um, in fact, I read so far there's 50 basketball programs put on pause right now because of COVID. So sucks, but it is what it is. All right, hey, before we get to some overview review, let's get to some news. Penn State wide receiver Jahan Dotson, he will not play in the Outback Bowl versus Arkansas. He is going to enter the NFL draft, so they'll be without him. Um, Holiday Bowl. This it was canceled. UCLA, NC State, COVID protocols at UCLA. Bowl officials, from what I've seen, are still looking for a replacement. I think they found someone. I think that's what I read. I have to go back and look at it. A lot of people are saying, okay, this is just kind of a weird story. Supposedly, UCLA took a vote among the players, and they said they weren't going to play. Well, then there's some players saying, no, we didn't take a vote, and we'll go play NC State out in the parking lot right now. So, who's telling the truth? What's going on? I don't know. But I don't know. Crazy situation with the Holiday Bowl. So, oh, there's another crazy story. 12 players have left the Hawaii football program amid mistreatment allegations. Coach Todd Graham says those players left because of the transfer portal. Again, who do you believe? I've said this before. Todd Graham, he seems to bounce around. I don't know if he gets run out of programs or what. Um, I was looking, I think in the last 14 years, he's been head coach at 5 or 6 places. So maybe he wore his welcome out of Hawaii. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. I have no inner ear in the program. So anyway, weird story coming out of Hawaii. Two more players opting out of their bowl game to go to NFL draft. Ohio State's Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave. They won't play in the Rose Bowl. They're going to the NFL. Central Michigan replaces Miami in the Sun Bowl. Miami had to pull out due to COVID crap. So Central Michigan will take their place. Uh, Dickie Vitale, he's taking a break from calling college basketball games to battle his cancer. I think the doctor said he needs to rest, really, really rest. So rest his throat and everything. So we won't be seeing him for a while, but prayers to you, Dickie V. Hope you get better. Um, Again, we just mentioned the COVID. Uh, 50 basketball programs on pause because of COVID crap. Any of you guys on Twitter? There is a Twitter war going on that just started like in the last day or so. Danny Cannell, former Florida State quarterback from the 90s. He was on ESPN for a while. I think he's on CBS Sports now. He's saying there are too many bowl games, and he's in a fight with everybody from Joe Klatt on Fox to some of his old colleague friends back at ESPN. Everybody seems to be piling on Danny about this. Is there too many bowl games? I don't know. Like I've told you all before, I'm old school. I come from a time when there's only 17, 18 bowl games, and now there's 42, I believe. He did make a point, though. What you could do is expand the playoff and incorporate a lot of those teams into these bowl games. You probably get more fans in there because they're playoff games. So, of course, you make more money and get more hype. But here's my idea. Check this out. Yeah, do that. Expand the playoff. Incorporate a lot of these bowls. Probably not every bowl because, 42 times 8 is what? 84? Do we really need 84 team playoff? But incorporate a lot of these bowls into the playoffs. And what you could do to make it even more interesting is you could draw to see what bowl game. Let's say you got number 1 Alabama, number 1 Georgia, whichever, playing number 16 Boise State or Akron. All right, good. Now, have somebody, maybe from, I don't care, ESPN, CFP, or whatever, go put all the bowls, write them down, put them in a bowl. See the irony? Draw one out and say, okay, number 1 Alabama will play number 16 Boise State in the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl on Saturday, December, whatever. And start that right after Championship Saturday. Some of these smaller bowl games would probably get a lot more fans in them, and like I said, a lot more hype, and they would make a lot more money. Just an idea. So, All right, let's get to this. Sunday, there were no games. Day after Christmas. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there's no games. Christmas weekend. Monday, there were a couple. Syracuse 93, Brown 62. Buddy Bohan for Syracuse, 30 minutes, 28 points, and 5 rebounds. And the leader for Brown was Keno Lilly, 30 minutes, 13 points. Texas A&M 102, Dallas Christian 58. Aggies have 36-point lead at halftime. Hassan Dyer for Texas A&M, 25 minutes, 16 points. 4 others had double-digit points Monday night for A&M. Nick Irves for Dallas Christian, 24 minutes, 13 points, 8 rebounds. He was the leader. Tuesday, number 25, Texas Tech 75, Alabama State 53. Davion Warren played 26 minutes, scored 15 points for the Red Raiders. And Alabama State's leader was Gerald Liddell, 36 minutes, 15 points. Number 4, Gonzaga 93, North Alabama 63. Gonzaga had a 22-point lead in this one at the half. Julian Strother for Gonzaga, 24 minutes, 15 points, 4 rebounds. 4 other players had double-digit points for Gonzaga. Northern Alabama is led by C.J. Brim, 28 minutes, 15 points, 4 rebounds. Jacksonville State, 123. Carver Bible, 59. Ugh. Jacksonville State, 35-point lead at the half. Demir King for Jacksonville State, 21 points. And Brandon Huffman came in second with 20 points. Dylan Scott for Carver Bible, he was their leader scorer with 15 points. Number 1, Baylor, 104. Northwestern State, 68. Baylor was up 28 points by the halftime. James Akinjo, I guess how you say it, 27 points. And Adam Flagger scored 21 points for the Bears. And Carvel Tacit, 18 points for Northwestern State. Drake, 82. Monty, 53. Never heard of them. Must be a small school. DJ Wilkins for 8, 16 points. Gio Diaz, 16 points for Mount Morty. Notre Dame 68, Pittsburgh 67. This game was tied at 30 at halftime. Paul Atkinson for Notre Dame, 16 points, 8 rebounds. And John Hewley for Pittsburgh, 18 points, 6 rebounds. Pretty evenly matched there. Southern Illinois 75, Grambling 64. Marcus Domask for Southern Illinois, 24.7 rebounds. And Trey Michael Martin for Grambling, 13 points, 5 rebounds. Maryland 76, Lehigh 55. This is a 3-point game at the half. Eric Ayala, 20 points for Maryland. Jamarl Wilson, 17 points, Lehigh. 17 Texas, 78. Incarnate Word, 33. Longhorns had a 25-point lead at the half. Trey Mitchell and Dylan Disso each had 14 points for Texas. That was the Longhorn leader. And Robert R.J. Glasper, he scored 13 points. He led the way for Incarnate Word. But, man, only scoring 33 points. Whew. Boise State, 65. Fresno State, 55. Marcus Shaver, 18 points for Boise. And Orlando Robinson, 22 points for Fresno. San Francisco, 111. Academy of the Arts, 78. I didn't know Academy of the Arts had a basketball program. Kahil Shabazz and Jeremy Boya, 18 points each for San Francisco. And Dieng, I think that's how you pronounce his name, 21 points for Academy of the Arts. St. Mary's 87, Yale 60. Logan Johnson, 26 points for St. Mary's. And Azar Swaim, 21 points for Yale. California Baptist 96, Lavernia 41. California Baptist had a 29-point lead at the half. Trey Armstrong was their leader for 20 points for the night. And for Lavernia, Paul Antonis, 16 points. He led the way. And that was it this week for basketball. Well, so far for half the week because so many games got canceled. It's getting out of hand, getting on my nerves. I know it's getting on you guys' nerves that love college sports as much as I do. So let's get this going into the football. Monday, Quick Lane Bowl, Western Michigan 52, Nevada 24. Broncos have 3-touchdown lead at the half. For the Western Michigan, Caleb Elby, 8 for 14, 162 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception, but he also ran for 23 yards and a touchdown. Jackson Kincaid, 17 carries, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. Sean Taylor, 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Not too bad. And if I remember that right, that was in the first quarter. I may remember that wrong, but it was early in the game. Trey Allen rushed for a touchdown also for Western Michigan. Corey Crooms and Brett Borski each had TD catches for the Broncos. Nevada quarterback Nate Cox, that guy's like 6'9". Watching him out there on the field, he just towered over everybody. It's pretty amazing. 12-23, 121 yards, touchdown, interception. He was sacked 6 times by Western Michigan. Devontae Lee and Toa Tuva each have rushing touchdowns for Nevada. And Jamal Bell, 7 catches, 75 yards, and a touchdown catch. Tuesday, Birmingham Bowl, Houston 17, Auburn 13. Houston quarterback Clayton Tune, 26 for 40, 283 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Alton McCaskill, 14 carries, 78 rushing yards, and he had a TD catch. And Jake Herslow, 5 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown. For Auburn, TJ Finley, 19 of 37, 227 yards, and a touchdown. Tank Bigsby, 16 carries, 96 yards, 68 receiving yards. Kobe Hudson, 4 catches, 57 yards, and a touchdown. And kicker Ben Patton, 7 points for Auburn. Holiday Bowl, that was supposed to be played Tuesday, got canceled, which sucks because over the years, that Holiday Bowl has always been a pretty good game, pretty entertaining. Most of the time it's high scoring, but once again, COVID screws something up we all love. First Responders Bowl, Air Force 31, Louisville 28. Get this. Air Force, when you think Air Force, you think ground attack, running attack, right? Not in this bowl game. Quarterback Hazik Daniels, 9 for 10. You're like, okay, that sounds about right. 252 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and he ran for 2 touchdowns. Brad Roberts, 20 carries, 77 rushing yards. Brandon Lewis, 5 catches, 172 yards, 2 touchdowns. And kicker Matthew DePore, he has 7 points. Louisville quarterback Malik Cunningham, 13 for 21, 207 yards, touchdown. He also rushed for 63 yards and a touchdown. Travian Cooley, 18 carries, 92 yards and a touchdown. Tyler Harrell, 4 catches, 80 yards and a touchdown. And Jahor Jordan had a 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown for Louisville, but they came up 3 points short. This bowl here, if you were looking for high scoring, it wasn't your game, man. Guaranteed Rate Bowl, Minnesota 18, West Virginia 6. Tanner Morgan from Minnesota, 8 for 13, 109 yards, 0 touchdowns, interception. Kai Thomas, 21 rushes, 144 yards and a touchdown. Not too bad for him. Daniel Falele, he had a rushing touchdown for the Gophers. And Matthew Trickett from Minnesota kicked a 49-yard field goal. Not too bad. West Virginia's Derek Doge, 18 for 31, 140 yards, 0 touchdowns, but he did run for a touchdown. Sacked 5 times by the Gopher defense. Troy Mathis had 56 rushing yards and Sam Jones 40 receiving yards. West Virginia's offense was not there. And then again, you could say the same thing about Minnesota. But Minnesota just had a little better offense than West Virginia. And defense, too. Liberty Bowl. Texas Tech 34, Mississippi State 7. Donovan Smith for Tech. 15 for 28, 252 yards, touchdown, and he ran for a touchdown. Taja Brooks, 16 rushes, 107 yards and a touchdown. Sandrick Thompson, 14 rushes, 80 yards and a touchdown. J.J. Sparkman had a TD catch. Kicker Jonathan Garby, he was responsible for 10 points for the Red Raiders. Mississippi State's Will Rogers, 32 for 53, 290 yards, and a touchdown. Threw a pick, and he was sacked 4 times. Dylan Johnson, 9 rushes for 62 yards. Austin Williams, 5 catches, 74 yards. And Rare Thomas had the touchdown catch for the Bulldogs. Mississippi State, they got some work to do in the spring. Will Rogers, through most of the year, he's a decent quarterback. Sometimes he's even good. But, they got some work to do here in spring football. All right, yesterday, Pinstripe Bowl, Maryland 54, Vautech 10. Still don't know how to say his name, so we just call him Tuluya. 20 for 24, 265 yards, 2 touchdowns for Maryland. Antoine Littleton, 45 rushing yards and a touchdown. Kobe McDonald, 36 rushing yards and a touchdown. Roman Hembry, 26 rushing yards and a touchdown. Dell Jones, 4 catches, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. Not too bad for him. Kicker Joseph Petrino, 11 points for Maryland. Tarhee Steele, 92-yard punt return for a touchdown. And Greg Rose had an 11-yard touchdown off a fumble recovery. For Vautech, Connor Blumert, 9 for 15, 110 yards, 0 touchdowns, but he did run for a touchdown. And then John Parker Romo, he added the 3 points there with a 36-yard field goal. So there you go. Cheez-It Bowl, Clemson 20, Iowa State 13. Clemson DJ, 21 for 32, 187 yards and no touchdowns and interception. Will Shipley, 18 rushes, 61 yards and a touchdown. Mario Goodrich, 18-yard pick 6. And kicker B.T. Potter, 8 points for Clemson. Brock Purdy, 23 of 39, 204 yards, touchdown, interception. Charlie Kohler, 4 catches, and 33 yards and a touchdown. And then kicker Andrew Mavis, 7 points. I didn't see this game. I was at work. And like some of you lucky bastards. But they're saying Brock Purdy, he played well, but he didn't do anything enough to help them win. It was kind of he played well, but he had an off game at the same time. A lot of people are on social media were saying, man, I hate to see him go like this. He's a good quarterback. I hate to see this game, the bowl game, just fall apart for him. So, like I said, I didn't see the game, so it may have. But, I mean, you just look at his numbers, though. 23 for 39, 204 yards. You'd expect he had a really good game, but I don't know. This game I saw last night was a damn good game. Alamo Bowl, Oklahoma 47, Oregon 32. Oregon in the first half, they were moving the ball well, and then the Oklahoma defense would just kind of like, well, that's enough of that crap, and they would just shut them down and stop them. But they were moving the ball well there in the first half. They just couldn't get any points and even get into the red zone because that Oklahoma defense was just, they weren't having none of that first half. Oklahoma was winning 30-3 at the half. Caleb Williams for Oklahoma, 21 for 27, 242 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kennedy Brooks, 14 carries, 142 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Marvin Mims, Eric Gray, and Drake Stoops, Coach Stoops' son, each had TD catches. And kicker Gabe Brake, 11 points for the Sooners. Oregon did come back, though, in the second half. Anthony Brown, 27 for 40, 306 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He threw a pick and was sacked 3 times. Travis Dye, 18 rushes, 153 yards and a touchdown. Dante Thornton, 4 catches, 90 yards and a touchdown. Troy Franklin, 4 catches, 65 yards and a touchdown. And Chris Hudson, 6 catches, 55 yards and a touchdown. And at the end of the game, it's pretty cool. Bob Stoops was on stage and took off his visor and gave it to Brent Venables and said, I'm passing the torch. So that was a pretty cool moment. Today, Duke's Mayo Bowl, South Carolina 38, North Carolina 21. Docreen joined there for South Carolina, 9 for 9, 160 yards and a touchdown. Kevin Harris, 31 rushes, 182 yards and a touchdown. Joshane Bell, 5 catches, 159 yards, 2 touchdowns. North Carolina, Sam Howell, 12 for 20, 205 yards, touchdown, sacked 4 times by the Gamecocks. British Brooks, 72 rushing yards and a touchdown. Garrett Watson had a touchdown catch. And kicker Grayson Atkins, responsible for 7 points. That is it. A short show because all the basketball got canceled because of that damn COVID BS. As of right now, when I was making this, in the Music City Bowl, Tennessee and Purdue were tied at 45 in overtime. Who knows how long that's going to last. And Peach Bowl, Michigan State and Pittsburgh were tied at 7. Man, y'all enjoy your New Year's. Be safe. Don't get hurt. Got a lot of great football coming up. Some bowl games tomorrow. The playoff games are tomorrow. Alabama and Cincinnati in the afternoon. At night, Michigan, Georgia. And then New Year's Day, Saturday. I love it when New Year's Day is on Saturday. Just kind of reminds you of the season that we just left, doesn't it? Got some good bowl games. Penn State and Arkansas is probably decent. Rose Bowl's out looking for the Rose Bowl, Utah and Ohio State. And then the Sugar Bowl later, Ole Miss and Baylor. Gonna be some good football here the next couple of days. Anyway, we'll be back Sunday or Monday to wrap up the rest of this week. Whatever games there's going to be. I know a lot more are going to be canceled, but, you know. Anyway, hey, Happy New Year to you, your friends, your family. Hope y'all have a good weekend. And, hey, like I always say, if you like the show, hit that little subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything. And we will see you at the end of the weekend.